SPY's just booming out the gate here. Pick it through what we're looking at. Somebody swung Boeing calls. Amy's in Apple. Apple calls, Apple calls, Apple calls. Apple. A beautiful push by Apple to the kind of top of that range. Yesterday's range. Let me move this. Oh, my screen is only up on WAP. There we go. I need that 210.61 for Apple. I have 210 blue. Apple. She's guiding it in the yeah, IWM needs to hold 222.30, yesterday's high, but you have more support right at 222. We're rejecting that Monday spot. We had the rising wedge Thursday. Gotta hold that. Look at chips. Anybody here listening? Can anybody even hear me? I don't know. NVIDIA is strong. Push. This is all-time highs in NVIDIA. Yeah, because we got it on Thursday, right? So we're kind of looking at chips to get that rotation back. So let's look at AMD. Nice dip rip on AMD to the blue line. Nice job, Justin. Yeah, AMD looks really good there. Chips look really good. Chips, nice, open. Needs to hold over that pre-market high. Take a look at Microsoft. Got right to the pre-market high as well. Anybody ever have a bad dream that just rattles you? I had a bad dream, like a kid or something. Felt so freaking real. Apple is coming back down. Still in yesterday's range. Yeah, it's a scalp. Do you, Bria? It's terrible. I don't even want to repeat what it was. Nothing like, like murder or something, but oh, quitting weed gave you nightmares? I would think starting up again would. Microsoft has this nice flag here. Looks way better than Apple and these others. I like Microsoft a lot right there. NVIDIA, little pause. Microsoft looking the best here. Is that all-time highs for Microsoft? Let's go through some others. We were looking at financials the other day. Wells Fargo, pop drop. Bank of America's coiled. Look at Visa. It can start to get into yesterday's levels. We faded yesterday. I seriously have a goal to not trade until 7 a.m. though. 30 minutes. BA is still going. A little bit of a wick there. I'm only on the 2 minute. And it's only been 7 minutes. Amazon, my baby. That push into open. I'm sorry, push. I meant to say that dip into open. Amazon dipped into that previous pre-market like double top. SR flipped. I love that dip. When we push up as market's about to open, I think, oh, we're going to tank. There's so many opposites in the market. Amazon looks even better than Microsoft here. Yeah, there we go. Microsoft couldn't break the pre-market high. So let's see if it can get to that meta. To that meta. Amazon needs a dip rip. Meta is doing what I thought Microsoft would do. That flag up. Oh, thanks. Let's go back to Emma. Okay, I do like Microsoft, guys. I like this flag, but it's like you want that push over pre-market high. I don't hate entries here. Your VWAP would be your stop loss, 50138. 47 seconds left in the 2 minute. If you get the push, the volume is good. See how the volume on the 2 minute is equal to the last one? We still have a minute left in this candle. That means you're getting rising volume. So we'll see the last 30 seconds. I'll leave it on Microsoft. Sure bang, beautiful IWM chart. He posted that in pre-market. It looked amazing. Come on, Microsoft. Oh, SPY got the move too? Yeah. I mean, there's no way I'm touching SPY there, but we still have room to all-time highs, 626. Apple might get the second move, needs that 21061 pre-market high. It's only been 10 minutes, and on the 2 minute chart, Microsoft is flagging at the pre-market high level. So I like calls, but you have to be like immediately out. That's why I was saying before not to trade this early. Boeing still looks pretty good. That's a 3 minute chart. Still just flagging. I like Microsoft the best. I think I already said that. The worst ticker name as a nickname for a penis. Right here. Microsoft. Okay. There we go, Boeing. So Boeing, Microsoft. These are the two. IWM push. Oops, Q's I didn't. Q's nice push. Everything pushing, I guess. Probably. Microsoft new highs. Not with pre-market, but intraday new high. Good job, Dodge, on the NVIDIA put. Yeah, I knew Chips would get that rotation. He wrote the put, so he's bullish. Everybody has to write or put out, it's called STO, sell to open, the options that you are buying. They sell it to open it, like on a shelf in a store, and you come buy it. You buy to open it. That's when your session with it begins. Yeah, Boeing, it got a little push, but I wouldn't say it got like that so far now. Yeah, exactly. He sold puts to Nvidia bears who thought it would go down. And obviously it didn't, so he banked, right? This dip rip on an AMD is like so beautiful though. Look at this. 2-minute chart right before market open. We dipped under pre-market low, dipped under the blue line. That is like, I should have gotten calls in AMD right away. I just kind of missed it. Amy says AMD looks good. Looks like a little bit of a rising wedge to me. It's got to get over that after hours high and yesterday's high. I know the daily looks amazing though. Microsoft looks, if you guys took Microsoft, you need to have your trail stop set. On the 2-minute chart, the 9-minute is crossing above VWAP. Probably not on the 5 yet. Yeah, not on the 5 yet. But on the 5-minute, it's a 3-bar play, right? A doji in the middle. Yeah, there we go. That you just pushed up when I clicked off of it. Unity. And Amy wants it to break 30. So I'm going to put an alert up there. I don't think it went. Yeah, sometimes the alerts doesn't work and then I have to manually do it. Let's look at cybersecurity, crowd, strike. Grinding up, but not a big move there. And then Palo Alto Networks. This one has been lagging big time. It rushed up to 200, and I thought it was going to be like CrowdStrike, kind of get to that higher level. It never did. So everybody's scalping Microsoft on the new high. Let's just box the new high. Let's go there. That's the new high it made. From 503.21 above pre-market high to 503.91. Basically 91 cents. On a $500 stock, 91 cents is not a ton. If you got in here, the 3-bar play break, you got almost $2. Definitely enough for a scalp on a Wednesday. Would work also on a Thursday. I was just including that. I would look for this 14 seconds left spinning top candle on Qs. That is bearish. Wow, this person in main chat went big on Meta, 46%. I'm imagining it was a swing. It's 46% on your account is massive. Yeah, you popped really fast, Amy, and it's a less liquid stock, so the candles really move. Okay, so the spinning top candle on Qs was just invalidated because we opened up above the candle body and just pushed hard. So that's good. Microsoft, little perk up. Palo Alto Network trying to get over that 204. That'd be a nice trade. Obvious, like kind of double top. Look at this cup and handle from yesterday. I mean, this is a 2-minute, but still. Double bottom, cup and handle. You basically retested the candle, and that's an old blue line. 203 area. I like Palo Alto calls here. Look at that. You got this push on Thursday. We consolidated yesterday. I'm sorry, Monday. A little bit higher. We SR flipped to 200. I don't have levels above this though, so I don't know if that's all-time highs or I just haven't charted it. Anytime cybersecurity is asleep though, and they have bundles for cybersecurity. 31% Microsoft. Yes. Great job. Great freaking job. That 3-bar off of the second candle of the day there, that doji, perfect entry. Absolutely perfect entry. CrowdStrike doing the same as Palo Alto. Look, cup, handle, pushing. Crowd, CRWD, and then Palo Alto is PANW, Palo Alto Networks. Both of them have a new high day. Oh, so you were in Microsoft before I brought it up. Yeah, that's awesome. What, you think you're better than me?
Weird setup holder in my hand on the phone. I was gonna mute and call it in voice, but
Oh, you're good.
I literally got a phone call, so I will give you my next alerts and stuff, guys. Kind of a sketchy 10 minutes because I was talking to my dad.
All good.
Morning, Katie.
Morning. How's it going? Yeah, a lot of things moving here.
30 level on Unity is pretty major, though. If we get a break and a hold of that, it could be a good swing setup for calls as well.
Microsoft is pushing over 40% from that entry. So great job. I haven't even brought Tesla to the screen. Look at Palo Alto.
Fuck Tesla.
Cybersecurity is looking really good today, guys. Palo Alto and crowd, CRWD. You know what? I'm not even going to bring up Tesla the whole stream.
I mean, I bought those calls, and that Elon crazy tweet was like 60 seconds later. And then I wasn't looking at because it was a swing, so I wasn't staring at it. And I came back and looked, and I lost like 6K in like 14 minutes. I was like, awesome.
Oh, geez.
So, but I also said before my stream yesterday, I wouldn't touch Tesla along to the 10-foot pole. I deviated from my trading plan.
Well, I didn't see your alert, but I kept saying all day it's weak and stuff, you know, your charts and what we're posting. And then once we had the structure break under my blue line, and I was like, we're bear flagging under my blue line. You know, do I trust it here? Because I don't want to chase.
Yeah.
We were not under the pre-market low yet, but we certainly had already flushed basically.
And it was exact opposite for me. It held 300 all day. I deviated from my plan, which was I'm not taking longs between 300 and 325. The zone's been shit. I said it to you, like everybody listen, and then I went against it. And that's the 20% FOMO factor. I'm a human. Horrible decision taking that trade.
AMD lost it. Let's look at some other chips. NVIDIA's not really it pushed, but red candle here. AVGO. Yeah, I just put in the main chat though that QQQ spinning top that turned bullish. And so one of my favorite setups is number one, any pattern that breaks bullish, like a bear flag that curls up instead of breaking down. I'm in calls. That's why I draw those trend lines from the top. Or a bearish candle, like a hammer that, you know, you think it's going to drop, but it breaks above. Now you're in long. Like those, they're violent. Bears or bulls come in and think, that bear setup isn't happening. And they just buy it up. So that's what happened on Qs. If you go to main chat and just that candle, that indecision candle, we opened above the whole candle body, and it's been from 556.30 to almost $1. That's pretty insane.
Well, when something that is a probable bearish pattern breaks bullish, that means the volume and the pressure it took for that high probability setup to break opposite is strong.
Right.
Like I agree exactly what you're saying.
Yep. 100%. And in a bull market, which we've been in, the bear flags even, they a lot of times are one candle and you're buying the dip anyway. So did somebody try to talk? I hope.
Yeah, I said, oh my Lord, Boeing. I definitely didn't take it. I had it on the.
Let me look, Boeing. You mentioned that early. And you're in Microsoft early too. That's awesome. Yeah, Boeing.
One of the top stocks of 2025, Boeing.
Is Boeing
Yeah,
the one that was in the
I still have everything. When you did that conversation about it, it entered that purple zone that you made and never took it.
That was the 4-hour ascending triangle one, right? That was Boeing? Or was that a different one? I think somebody posted a 4-hour.
I don't remember.
I just remember she had a call that anything over like 215, there's that liquidity highway.
Amy, that's
what I was banking off of.
Look at the ascending triangle from April 7th.
Oh, perfection.
We failed it on
the 4-hour or one day.
I'm on the 4-hour. So I first drew this whenever I did, but let me show you guys here. We did the bearish Vommy thing, but what fib is this, I wonder? Uh-oh, Amy's gonna...
Oh, wow. Yeah, I see.
Amy's gonna friggin' need to change her big girl panties in 1 second. Okay, hold on. Amy, check this out. Main shot in 3, 2, 1. Oh, I should have seen this. Look at that.
That's beautiful.
Oh my gosh, that's like a skills lab textbook lesson, you know. Look at
the I mean, we like he was saying, when I say like these are those levels, that doesn't mean like, oh, if it doesn't hit it today, we're never gonna look at it again. I think it's awesome when you guys are like going back to those main levels, that it might have been 2, 3, 4 weeks since we identified those levels, but also going, I said 250. If it breaks 215, 250 can come within a month. And I think that's going to happen.
Yeah.
There's a reason Boeing's one of my top 2025 stocks. It's due. Piece of shit company, but it's due.
Yeah.
And it's got strong financials.
Well, back in June, whatever it was, June 10th, it looks like, when I was saying we're watching this ascending triangle push, and then we went back down to that 200 level, right? But I was like, oh, we're not getting into calls. It didn't break. You really just held the fib in the second push. Like you were saying yesterday, watch the second push intraday. It's a second push macro level, you know, and it went. It's awesome to see, though.
I don't own shares. I don't have any calls on Boeing. I do have shares, though.
Microsoft still looks good, Mag. I mean, we don't have a red candle yet. I don't call a doji a red candle. It's an indecision. I don't care what color it is. So Microsoft.
Yeah, I already trimmed a decent amount. I got a few runners.
Okay, cool. I like it, man. That was a great spot. I think we're at all time.
I've been wanting over 500 for a while now, so it was on my watch.
You know what? It looks the same as Boeing. I just zoomed out. It couldn't break that 500 on June 30th. Retested a fib, and then today we just had this push above. As U is still going, Amy. People are in U. Not you, but the ticker.
Yep, it's ripping. Let's go, baby.
Yeah, Microsoft, it turned into an inverted head and shoulders.
It's because the Epstein files aren't being released.
Yeah, I know. I mean, who knows?
Don't get me started.
Here's that Microsoft.
I've been going ham on X. I admit it. I'm calling myself out. I've been calling people out on their hypocrisy. It's been enjoyable.
Oh, I wasn't referring to that. I just figured Gates was on the plane or some shit. I don't know anymore. I
was being facetious. Boeing was exposed as not the plane that they drove to Epstein Island on. Ripper.
Did you guys see somebody put an art piece in front of the White House? Did you guys see that?
No.
Okay. It's like my buddy was showing me last night. So somebody did like an art piece where it's a TV that's like painted gold because there's some law about freedom of speech, and he made it art. And so it plays on a loop Trump, all the clips of him at parties with Epstein, like just over and over.
Oh God.
And there's a law because it's art. They have to let it sit there. I don't even know like the laws, but like I'm like, oh my gosh.
A bunch of
you guys are savages.
Sorry.
No, it's like just so savage. They're like, I'm gonna play it on a loop. Oh, it's an art piece. You have to leave it up for 72 hours or whatever. It's like painted gold.
That is hilarious.
Gold. They put like a bald eagle statue on top of it, and they're like, it's art. Unity has this double top here on the 3-minute. You know, obviously 100%.
We need 30.
140%. Nikki, you're trimming most half all, right? Like, I mean, I am it's not financial advice, but like if I'm up 140%, there's no way I'm not trimming, especially on a weekly.
Runner should be low.
Yeah, and if you want to roll, right, you have the 28 strike, and Amy's saying she wants 30. Right now, we're getting a dip from 30 rejection. It went 30.03. You know, getting a little dip here. We could dip all the way down to 29.40. You know, it could dip. But I'm saying if you get a roll, and then your roll is down 50%, you know, if you made $700 and you're only risking, oh, you sold 11. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. So you can hold on and try to get the flag break above 30 here. You could sell it all and roll to like 30, right? You were in the 28s, you know, the 31 strike even. And then a roll is cheaper. You're turning your $20 bills into dollar bills and you still have some skin in the game. If you get the push, those.
Yep. Yeah.
Microsoft.
I have 10% of my contracts on Unity left. I agree exactly what Peggy said. And just one thing real quick. I don't want you guys to think I'm being politically hating on Trump. I 100% believe Democrats are evil when it comes to Epstein too. It is not political. It is equal opportunity hate. Well,
they all suck.
They all suck. You feel bad for like MAGA voters that believed that, you know, when he kind of shamed them for asking yesterday, like that, whether he's on it or not, like that's kind of shocking to me. That was like his whole campaign platform.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to
do we know who shot JFK too? I don't think so.
Epstein.
I mean, I think it wasn't it Israel?
He shot himself.
I don't know.
You're supposed to release both those.
Yeah. Well, he did release some JFK stuff, but it was all stuff that was already released in one form or another, whether official, quote unquote, or not. So I just think about the binders, all the social media people with the Epstein binders out in front of the White House that day. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Man, they're all evil.
I love all the memes of well, then why is Ghislaine still in prison? Nothing happened.
The one Casey posted a meme the other day. Like
Nvidia.
Let's go, Microsoft.
Nvidia's getting the little flag dip rip here. So, I mean, I'm not going to alert Nvidia at all-time highs, but it is getting, you know, chips are having a big morning so far. Let's see if AMD caught some support. Yes, it did. I just said AMD was rolling over, but it really got to the pre-market high area. And when I say pre-market high, a lot of times I don't factor in after 6 a.m. It's like what happened before that last half hour. You get like more solid supports that hold half the night or whatever. So AMD back up. Let's look at AVGO, TSM. AVGO looks like NVIDIA with that flag coming down to try to catch support. I don't hate calls in AVGO there. TSM looks a little bit more like AMD, coming down a little bit more. But the more it comes down like that, like AMD here, the more it can whip back up because bulls are pouring in to the drop. So,
real quick question for Amma. Snow's been holding up. Seems like it holds up, but it doesn't rip when the market's ripping. Have you seen that?
Yeah, snow has been just more of a very much still mover overall. That's why I went a little further out on these contracts. My September's are only down 7%, so I'm good holding up now. I expected a little chop here at this this level overall, and then obviously our safer entry is above for the swing. That's why you never hear me day trading snow, honestly.
Yeah.
Because of exactly what you just said. Yeah. It's not a day trade stock.
I'm down 7% too. It's at 718 and it's fucking me.
Yeah, we want 225. And honestly, the safest entries on snow for longer term are going to be over 240. So I'm looking to play that 225 into 240. And then once we get to that level, I'm really interested in leaps longer term up through 400. We have 100% upside.
Yeah.
I'm
okay with losing on the 718s if need be.
And we got to expect a little chop here. We're at the top of the gap fill, major level here. So I'm just kind of trying to, that's why I went a little further out on that.
I did 300s on January. That's too far out.
No, 300s are perfect because I expect by January, I would expect over 300, honestly.
That's what I thought when I saw the potential.
Yeah.
If you got,
I might even add it a
we've
little
got
bit.
AMD, we just got the
I wouldn't
biggest
add yet.
volume of the day. Biggest volume
So
of the day.
when we get over 240, I'm going to add.
Heck, okay.
AMD biggest volume of the day on the dip rip follow through.
You know, like if you put on snow 4 hour or hourly, we have a little symmetrical wedge. We're definitely wedging up a little bit. So I'm just waiting to see what happens here.
TSM should
I
get
probably won't let it go. Go ahead, sorry, Katie.
no TSM should get a new high day too. I know you guys talking snow, but sometimes it doesn't
You're all
follow
good.
the market, and sometimes it doesn't even follow chips. We'll have chips red, snow green, and opposite. Snow's like it's a tough one. You got to swing it, like you said, Amy. I cannot day trade it either.
No, snow's awful for day trading. Just horrendous.
Yeah, AMD catching up with NVIDIA. Wow, over 140 here.
Now up about 70% on that Amazon from when I said it was a nice call entry. I did not tag day trade on that, so I'm sure some people missed it, and that's totally understandable. And I am
You cut off. I am
watching 210.40
okay.
on Apple. So
Amazon.
I think if oh my God, we're like totally not in sync right now.
I think your phone was
I'm
cutting
sorry.
or something for 1 second.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know it was me.
That dip though on
I think
Amazon,
it's
that's beautiful. That opening dip, instead of it pushing into the open, it dipped into open and tweezered. That's what you want to see.
if Amazon, Microsoft, those start cooling off, watch Apple. Watch for some possible flow into Apple. But until then, Apple's chopping it up. All right, so here we are, second test of 30 on Unity. Man, what a perfect entry that was on those swings, guys. Holy shit, what a strong bounce that was. This week, July calls 320% on our Unity. And we bought these, I think, around July 1st, if I'm not mistaken. And then shares 78%, but I've had those for a year and a half, so not that long. But
Like
I'm a little frustrated. I wanted it to. Oh, go ahead.
like username just said on Amazon, the volume on this candle is insane, and it's trying to get over yesterday's opening print. I'm gonna go back to Unity and see. Still solid. So if you rolled, your roll's already up. We're over 30 here. I said, you know, you might be comfortable adding this dip here. Your roll's up 20%, if not more, because you went from 29.77 to 30, over 30. That's a lot on Unity. Those options move on those cheaper tickers. 80 cents is a lot.
Yeah.
Microsoft finally getting this little tweezer top. Where it stops.
$30.88 major level. Break of that 42 should come very quickly. It is not too late for Unity swings. Obviously, we don't want to buy in after 5 ripper days in a row. I'd love to see some chop around 30 for a few days first, or a pullback to our trend line and then a secondary bounce back above 30. Obviously, we cannot take entry after the 4 massive days we've had. But most of you should have already made some money on Unity and shouldn't be tempted to want to chase it now. So between KT and me, I think we've had Unity covered for a good part of a year at least.
I think that I've been posting that Oklo chart, OKLO. It's on a big volume shelf. Could sit here for another week. It could pop overnight to 60, 8. But and there's a bullish exposure ticker on it, OKLL long, so it's Oklo. Every chart on it is like insane. So
And SoFi, it's to be expected to pull back a little bit. It's just been on an epic tear. And the funny thing is, SoFi was the #1 trending stock yesterday on pretty much every social. And we were all selling while they're all buying. We were trimming. They're buying our liquidity. Same with Unity today. Everybody's buying our liquidity from our swings from the last couple weeks.
there's the IWM VOMI. Got over previous day high, lost it. As I just put there, lost the SR flip. Under 222. I think IWM is going to break 220. Same exact price action as yesterday so far in IWM. Looks like a mirror image. That being said, Qs and SPY kind of holding here. Go to the 5-minute on SPY. Looks like a flag. Got into the gap. The gap down from Thursday. We almost closed it completely. I try to not get obsessed with gaps though, but it is a level. As I said in the chat, secure Microsoft, have a trail stop. You should be way out because we got just like Nikki said. She said she was trimming on the way up on Unity. On Microsoft, you'd be trimming up, right? 500, 550, 507 almost it went. Now it's looking to retest pre-market high. Unity just dropped down. See, as I said, your roll, you'd have been trimming your roll. Now it's back to where the roll entry was, that 2970 area, 2980. Ascending triangle looking thing on Unity that just broke down, but it needs to get past the midpoint. When I say midpoint, you can go from low a day to where it just went, 2967, that halfway point of the intraday. Let's look at MU. I know Amy was looking at that the other day, and it was a really nice move. Pop drop on MU. Google's really strong. Somebody mentioned it in main chat right now, so I brought it up. I think if IWM breaks this, like, man, it's tough to short this market, but I like puts here. 222.36 would be my stop loss on IWM. It's really tough to short it with Q and SPY not really rolling over at all, especially Q, really strong. But if those get like a red candle, even a pause candle, I think IWM is really going to drop because it's weaker. That being said, it is a bit of falling action. I hate to short that. I would rather get a retest of 22257 as a rising wedge. It looks a little bit like Microsoft, honestly. Google's still going. 3 red candles on the 3-minute for the day for Google. Let's go to the 5 as it's the first candle of the day was a red doji. You throw that out, you have 0 red candles on Google. A little bit of a chase, but pretty insane. The money just flowed right in, and it's over yesterday's high. This is the no ad zone for me. You need to come back down and test yesterday's high, 178.75 to get in. If you really need to scratch your itch, get like one contract or something like that. But I could see it going to Monday's high for sure, 180. Let's see. PLTR Meta. Let's go back to Meta. I saw a couple of people post that. Meta's still going. One red candle on the day so far. 42 minutes in. That flag that we were pointing out when we first looked at it. It's the only time I looked at it, actually. What a beautiful bull flag on Meta. From that, over that 730. You got 736. I mean, that's an absolutely beautiful move. Amazon technically still flagging. I probably am not longing after that huge volume because it's just tough to follow up that volume. It's like telling somebody that just sprinted for a quarter mile, sprint again. They're tired. That doesn't mean you don't get higher. You've seen higher on lower volume many, many times. And for that principle, it's, when you're running and you're like, I want to stop, and it's harder to run again after you stop than if you would have just like jogged. So that happens as well. Doesn't mean I'm entering there. IWM, 1 minute left to close under 222.20 area. Some wicks on Qs. We've seen those get taken out to the upside though. SPY kind of rejected the falling wedge breakout. Could definitely happen the second candle. It looks like it's just retesting it. Still can't really short that. Microsoft SR flipped off of the orb high. Amazon trying to push up. Go back to Google just to see if it's still green. Crazy Google. And this volume, this is the highest volume of the day. So nice push on Google. To me, this is where you would be getting out. You got over that orb high. Just like I said on, I think, Microsoft. You're writing it up. Oh, I said it on, is it Microsoft? Yeah, you're just in like runners here. I mean, don't FOMO in. Fed rate is at least 3 points too high. Okay, whatever. If Microsoft doesn't get this push, it's going to bear flag down. I'm looking at the 3 minute. Looks like a little bit of a head and shoulders. If you go to the 3 minute Microsoft, those get invalidated in bull markets all the time. You want to get above this midpoint. You're going to go the top to that swing low right there. So you need 50532 to invalidate that. In a bear market, I'm in this bear flag all day long. 50532 stop loss. And if you got into those IWM puts, you are happy. We didn't break the double wick there on the 505. On 505. I'm looking at the 5 minute. 222.50 double wick, and now we're about to break 222. I just got someone sent a DM that they did IWM. That's awesome. Oh, good. Oh, the nicknames. Finally, a red candle on Qs. See if IWM front ran it or what the deal is. I still think you get that drop on IWM. The 5 minute tweezer top right? At 222.60, I guess it is. I said 50, but All right, if IWM loses this doji at 222, it's going to be a flesh. It is in a falling wedge, though. If you're listening, put in the main chat your favorite show from the WB back in the day. Mine was Dawson's Creek. What were the other ones? Seventh Heaven, right? One Tree Hill. Arrow, yes. I know, I'm trying to think what was on WB. It was I just had that other one in my head. Buffy, right?
Buffy. Oh God, I grew up on that shit. One Tree Hill, Dawson's Creek. What was the chick who cut all her hair off? Carrie. What was the name of that show? She was in college. Shit, I can't remember that one. Oh, I loved just WB.
Felicity?
Felicity, yes. Thank you. That was the one.
Yeah, Arrow I heard was good. I didn't see it. Smallville, Wolf, when I went to Comic Con, I turned a corner and the line was just out of control for their panel. And I was like, what the heck? It was by far the most popular panel, Smallville.
Yeah.
Everybody was obsessed with Smallville.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love and Vampire Diaries too. I love.
I heard that one was good. That was more.
Oh, so good. So please tell me that you were team Joey and Pacey and not Joey and Dawson.
You know, I thought the Pacey thing was a little bit weird because they didn't have a lead up. Like eventually they did, but like when he was like sleeping with the teacher, but like they didn't flirt. Yeah. They should have peppered in a little bit more Pacey Joey fun, I think.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So I was just like, come on. You don't have to get with someone
until Dawson. Yeah.
I'm not saying get with Dawson.
Until Dawson sent him there when he wrecked his boat with the stripper getting a little blowy.
Oh, well.
That's when Pacey and Joey started like hanging out, I think, right?
Really?
I haven't watched it in so many years. Yeah. Dawson. I swear Dawson dated some stripper.
Oh. The hottest
maybe I'm tripping
female ever is the girl from Sweet Valley High on Dawson's Creek. I was like,
I think that was her.
When he's giving her a lap dance behind the drapes and then the thing comes up.
I think that was her. I'm almost positive. Yes. Okay. Yes. He was on his boat. Remember he wrecked the dock?
Oh, okay.
With that chick?
So Dawson's Creek, by the way, IWM is not getting the follow through move, guys. So this is what we said about, you know, a bullish setup turning bearish and vice versa. IWM puts are still good. You're not getting that 22230. Look at that. IWM new low of the day.
We just severely exposed our dorkiness, KP.
Oh yeah. My buddy that passed away, Carson, we would do stuff on Wednesday nights. Let's go to In-N-Out with our friends or whatever. Let's watch a movie. And I would say his mom would record Dawson's Creek for me.
Awesome.
I was like, I'm not missing that shit. That was awesome. DVR and all that. I'm not waiting a week or whatever and having everybody talk about it. And I don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah. I know he has cancer, James Vanderbeek.
Yeah, it's terrible. Oh yeah, she recorded on VHS, guys, with commercials. I was fast forwarding.
Yeah.
Batman Beyond was good. Oh, Animaniacs was IWF. Yes. Trim IWM.
So then you watched Tiny Toons when you got home from school at 4 p.m. too.
Oh my gosh, Tiny Toons, Animaniacs. IWM puts hitting, dude. We're almost at 100%. We just hit 100%. Whoa, yes. What did I freaking say?
Nice play.
I said if Q's and SPY get a little red candle, they obviously got a bigger one. Look at that volume on Q's. Oh my gosh, guys. Yes. And there's a lot of room on IWM to get through pre-market.
If Trump starts to really unhinge about cutting interest rates and threatening to fire Jay Powell and all that shit, that's bearish for the market, guys. FYI. I know we're a little bit like numb to it right now, but if it starts to touch the moon, that could be bearish.
Yeah,
it's a little left way.
It goes from reaction to echo chamber doesn't matter, and then the post hype, then it starts to matter again. So we might be hitting that second wave. So my uncle used to work at the Fox lot, and he said they're filming Bones right now. So if you see the actors, don't say hi. We're not allowed to talk to them unless they talk to you first. The talent. What was that guy's name? David Boreanaz. Bones.
Oh yeah.
I didn't see him. Whatever. Holy crap, IWM guys. Wonderful.
Nice call out on that, AT.
That was quick.
Thank you so
much. Another quick $60 on that. Scalped another $60 off that.
Heck
beautiful.
Yeah,
nice, guys.
I got in at the reject just a few minutes ago at the 10 EME. And it just dumped.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I only went 2 contracts. I didn't go heavy or anything, but
no, that's perfect, man. That's
like I said, it's a quick $60. I'm up 35% in my account today.
Love it.
Someone's ready to eat.
Oh my gosh. We are getting this.
No.
We're way past my level. I said I wanted 222 to break 221.50. Oh my gosh, guys. I should have held more.
Right? Damn.
Wow. Small caps hated Dawson's Creek, Amy, I guess. I don't know. Didn't like the reaction. Dawson's Creek has officially the worst death television or cinema history.
Oh God, I can't even think about it without crying.
And I'm gonna put in the main chat the culprit of the death emoji. I just did it. Oh goodness. I missed that episode. When someone told me about it, I was like, no way. And they had it recorded. And I was like, you're lying. Like, I don't believe you. And then I saw it and I was like, wow, I don't even know what to say. IWM is accelerating here. See, I got out because of the low volume. We're flushing on low volume, Amy. What the heck? Usually I get out because we high volume flush.
People just took a huge dump. It's still going.
So Google.
Yeah, we could really start to sell today. Sorry, guys.
No, you're good. But I'm saying Google, I said 13 5-minute candles in a row that are green, you don't want to chase. And then once Google, just as a market leader, got weak, everything dumped. I'm not saying because of Google, but whatever else was
Google like 12 cents from the top, literally.
Yeah. I was like, do not chase Google here. And somebody call it a put is the one that said to even look at it. So nice on the Apple puts options king. He was pointing out the bear flag first. I think we're going to get a bounce here to the midpoint of this drop on IWM. The volume didn't really go, but you have to watch for micro volume movement. And that's when you zoom in and see, hey, you are getting rising, even though when I was zoomed out, you're not getting that big volume like on Amazon.
Know where it is.
So right here, 221. You are getting rising on IWM, but it's not crazy. Slight rising, but still out, you know? We still got the target. Just a beautiful example of a falling wedge that didn't break out. I mean, look at this line right here. Right there. This is like for your notes. We did not get over this. I'll put it right there. Oh, somebody did Qs. Awesome. That's the white line on IWM that didn't go, right? And so, like we were just saying the other day, the top of the wedge to right here on Qs, I'm sorry, on IWM, you needed that 222.54. I was saying 50 to 60s. Never got there. So when a bullish pattern doesn't break above the midpoint on the way up, it's probably going to go down, which it did. And then when you lost that 222, you didn't have to get in when I did. You could have said, I'm just going to wait for the 222 break. I mean, you flushed $1 on IWM. That's 100% on a 0 day on IWM. Nice, Holly. I don't know if you're listening, but that's great job. Yeah, if we fail opening print, exactly. Oh my God, IWM went with volume, with way more volume than IWM.
Thank you, bro. It took me a second to unmute because I'm a boomer.
Oh, you're good, man. What's up, dude?
What's going on? It's good to be back and chatting with you during market hours.
Appreciate it, brother. Been a while.
Of course, man. Yeah, it's been real nice to be back and following this group for the last couple of weeks.
You're getting this extended falling wedge on IWM with a hammer on volume. So gun to my head, I would go long here. I'm not doing that. I'm just saying like kind of like be out of shorts. Could you get over that volume and flush more? Yes. The last volume candle was not as much as the 7 a.m. 650, 655 volume. So you still have a lot on volume here. That being said, you're at the 200 EMA on TradingView. You know, it's like I said on Google before, not the best risk reward for longs. We dumped. It made me look like a genius, but we could have kept going. Like I said, we could have got the. Oh no, that wasn't that one. You really rejected yesterday, Monday's opening print on Google, which topped out Thursday, Wednesday. Yeah, so that's a big spot. That 180.50. You need candle bodies on Google above 180, or you can't go long. I mean, obviously under, but Google's bleeding faster than it went up. Microsoft's still lower. Wow, Qs. Holy shit, what a dump. That's what you got, Holly? The Qs?
Yeah, I'm still holding an NQ runner. I'm not looking at the price right now, just because honestly, I have my runner set to break even because like AMMAJAMMA said, I mean, this fall, if this could really dump today, I'm not going to chase it and add to it. But I mean, one contract could add a couple hundred, $200, $300, $400, $500 today. I've seen it. It's happened before. So I'm good regardless. If this goes to break even, I'm cool with it. But I really think we could get some extra juice here. Previous day's holding 22962. I mark previous day high on futures, which people think I'm crazy because there is no true high, but I mark the intraday highs. Like, I think that's important as we just wicked off at like 40, 20 points.
I just put in main chat. I went in that first trend line breaks, then I'm looking at stuff. You often get the next push up, which we did, just a wick, not like a big candle or anything. And then you break down. I don't know what Holly was seeing, but that's what I'm seeing on it. And that's just a nice trade. Those big candle bodies turn into small candle bodies and essentially turns into indecision. The decision here came down. Certainly could have came up and flagged up. And that would have been like this.
I was looking for that, to be honest, that flag. Okay. But if you look at NQ, the 5-minute candles, a lot of wicks over that hourly level at 23.75. And so it was kind of like, yeah, I could have flagged up or down. And then we got a break and retest at 9.25 Central. That's the one I took. So that's at about 100 points right now.
Ann said,
yeah, and again, I cut, but I'm just holding one more.
Ann said, good to see you. She was back watching the Cash Pineapples when you're doing that. She's been with us a while. She remembers you.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, it's so funny. For like 3 years, I screamed at everyone to buy NVIDIA from 21 to like 23, and no one did.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Would have been every price would have been under $20. Every time I mentioned it was under $20 a share. Now it's what, 163?
That's after the split.
Yeah. I mean, I bought it for $6, but that was in 2020. I still have them all too.
It's split from what? Like,
I bought it initially at 250, but it split 15 times. So
yeah, I don't even know anymore.
yeah, because people always think like, oh, you bought it for $6, it would have been easy. I'm like, no, I bought it for 250, man. It just kept splitting. It wasn't a surefire thing then either. It's just,
Yeah.
your confidence in the long run.
Nice job on Microsoft, Danny Rio, and taking that strong ticker when it rolled over. That's pretty ballsy, man. Nice job on a Wednesday. 50%. Whew, you probably got near the top. That tweezer top. 506, upper 506s. We're down $3. 50% on a $3 move. That's gnarly. Google's getting the SR flip to yesterday's high. That's the bear target. You have to be out there. I mean, you have to get out. You're taking it back down to yesterday's high. If you rocket here at rockets, fine. For bulls, but I'm saying for bears, like you would really have to bear flag down here. It's been lowering volume on this push. Lots of room down here for sure. We haven't had the high volume flush. But it's like, if you're trading weeklies, what's your first target? It has to be yesterday's high. I think Halli was just talking about that. Yeah, yesterday's high for Qs, right? Same thing.
Yeah.
So, like, what's your goal here? You don't hit a double and run straight to second base. You have to run through first base. That's the same here. Trim. I got to get out to Wrigley. Speaking of baseball.
Bro, my new place. I moved August 5th to a new place. I will officially live less than a mile away from Wrigley. So about a 25-minute walk, 22-minute walk, something like that to Wrigley.
Please get a couch that big guy sleep on.
Dude, I have a second bedroom with a nice bath. You have your own setup, own bathroom and everything.
Okay.
And it was just built last year, so it's all new construction.
Dude, that is enticing.
My girlfriend makes more money than me. That's the trick.
Oh, that's the life hack.
Yeah. I mean, I do okay. I'm no bum, but she's killing it.
Yeah, Google might get this flush here, guys. If I'm in shorts, that hammer off yesterday's high, I just can't stay in on that. And if you get it, you get it. So
yeah, that wick off previous day was pretty diabolical. Now we're eating it back up.
Right. Yeah. Still no bull side buying on IWM. So I don't know. We already caught a big move. I think I'm kind of happy with it.
Yeah, same. I'll just let this runner, go to hell or high water. But other than that, I think I'm fine with the day.
Yeah, you're getting the bear flag here on that Q's spot.
Mm-hmm.
See if you get one more push.
What time frame do you mostly use?
So I open up on like the 3-minute, and then after 7 a.m. I'm pushing into the 5-minute.
Gotcha.
I will start looking at the 15. If I'm like, this isn't clear, let me move over. I do look at the 65-minute though for macros. Like I'll go through 65-minute and like, oh, that looks good. Let me zoom into the 3. But the 65-minute was a lot.
I use my setups have to confirm on the 5-minute, but I look at the 2-minute for like hints. Like the 2-minute gives you a heads up. You can't use the 2-minute as setups because you'll just get chopped up. But the 2-minute often gives me a heads up to what might be happening on the 5-minute. And if it confirms on the 5-minute, then I'm in.
Yeah. So like, let me look at. By the way, Microsoft still looks good, Danny Rio. I don't know if you're out, like for shorts. It hasn't broken my upper trend. So if you look at AMD, was it? Or was it Amazon?
I mean, pull it up.
Hold on. One of these I missed it because I wasn't looking at the oh, it was Meta. It was Meta. The 6:55 a.m. candle I missed on Meta because I wasn't on the 3 minute yet. I mean on the 5 yet, excuse me. So, but like I said, usually by 7 a.m. I'm going to the 5. Sometimes before.
Gotcha.
The 5 is my home, I would say.
For a second, yeah. For a second, I was looking at the 1 minute because, like, I know Tanya trades, who exclusively trades NQ, and you know my homeboy Jake Ricci looks at the 1 minute, and I looked at it for like a couple of days, and I was like, I can't do the 1 minute. That's insane.
AMD's.
I'm not saying, hey, teach their own, but just not for me. I don't have the my patience isn't that strong, you know.
Yeah.
I'm an exclusive 1 minute day trader the first hour. I have to see what the volume's doing. I don't do it because of the candles. I do it strictly because I want to see how the volume each candle is playing in comparison to each other. Yeah, the candles will fuck you on the 1 minute. I just like to watch the volume patterns on the 1 minute.
Interesting. Okay, I like that. Yeah, because to follow it for setups, oh my god.
Yeah, it's gonna be rough. I absolutely agree. You have to have a little ADHD to do it, and you have to be okay not, jumping into trades. If you're a FOMO trader, it's the worst thing you could trade on.
Yeah, that can still get me sometimes. Every once in a while, a FOMO will come in, and I'm getting better at controlling it. But every once in a while, it'll hop in on the 1 minute. I can feel it in my bones, you know.
Oh yeah. Oh, especially when I'm live streaming on a 1 minute too. It's like, okay, deep breath, Amy.
Well, I rely on Amy for the first half hour because she's on the 1 minute. She's seeing moves. I've been getting killed in reversals, and I was like, I'm not trading until 7 a.m. That's why I wasn't talking about IWM until later, and it dumped at 7 a.m. I'm like, even if it's 7:10, I don't mind missing it. But I'm like, okay, green light to take a trade at 7 a.m.
Sure.
Yeah, my last 2 live streams, we really didn't have a great trade till after the first half hour. So
we're still getting some quote bottoming on IWM. We are not getting the push up, but we're holding the 22130. So I still think it's not really a short area. We never got the big volume flush that we want to see for reversals, but that doesn't mean we don't do it. So I'm looking at the 5 minute, like Holly was just saying, like which time frame. Let me go to the 15.
Yeah, 15 looks right.
Yeah, but you are getting out of the falling wedge on the 15. So, and you're getting over the midpoint of the last candle body, and we're just barely not about 2 minutes in. So you do have potential here for bullishness. But the point of that is just like, I probably wouldn't short this. We've already caught the big move down. And what a lot of times happens is you push up, you push down, you create a range. Like, do you really want to be short for the push back up? Right? And how much further down are you really going to get?
Yeah.
Huge.
And in a bullish market like we've been in, for an actual true sell down day, it's to me an elevator down. It's not going to be 5-10 minutes and then it kind of stalls like this. Usually it would be heavy selling, especially this earlier part of the day.
Yeah, exactly. Boeing doesn't look terrible on that flag. I know you guys were looking at it before. I would follow Options King in the main chat. He's doing a great job of guiding Apple. Let's go back to chips. AMD came back to opening print area.
Nice gnarly wick on that 5 minute on NQ.
Yeah, true. It never took out that hammer from 7:35 a.m. So.
By the way, if you come to Chicago, come in the fall. Chicago summer, I'm a hater. I know people love Chicago summer, but I think
too much humidity. Yeah.
Thank you. Exactly. It's hot as fuck.
It's miserable. The last 2 weeks of it, I'm in Northwest Indiana. I grew up in Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm 20 miles outside the city. It's been absolutely miserable outside for the better part of 3 weeks.
I'm showering. I don't drive. I take trains everywhere, so I shower 3 times a day. This time of year.
It's terrible.
You're saying
I hate it.
You're
And
saying
it's like you can sit on a patio. It's 98 degrees. What patio are you sitting on, you psychopath?
You wake up and your patio door is like all steamed because it's already so wet outside. It's disgusting.
These are the same people that hate the winter as well.
I love winter.
Okay, you know, I'll take winter over summer.
Yeah, I can put on more clothes easily.
Apple is.
I don't know. I didn't know you degenerates were so close to me. That's concerning.
Guys, Apple's
Chicago
getting
meetup.
down, so
Yeah,
I'm in
anytime.
April.
trim apple.
Oh,
guys,
nice.
Trim apple. If you don't trim apple, it's just going to get more humid wherever you live. So trim it. No, the most, dude. I don't do well with the humidity. Like I would just go back to the room. Sorry.
No,
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Hey, the Costco neck
It's
fans.
instant dripping sweat.
Well, they're
Yeah.
on. Amy, we're not bringing up your OnlyFans right now. Okay,
Oh,
so
God.
I know on Amazon they have the neck fans, but I bought them from Costco. Dude, those save me. They're Crocs for your neck, kind of like they're dorky as a mofo, but dude, the neck fan, it's a life changer, Holly. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Yes, dude. You'll be on your patio with it.
I think the best weather in the whole, I've lived in a lot of different places. The best weather, even though there's a lot more cloudy days, is the Pacific Northwest, and then San Diego. San Diego, when it's like you could anyone who lives in California, you go to a beach, it could be 75, but it still feels very warm because it's not a humidity. And then sweatshirts at night, just that's my favorite weather on the planet is San Diego and Pacific Northwest.
IWM guys.
I lived in LA for 11 years, and San Diego is the best climate for sure. And the best burritos. Best burritos by far.
By far. Everybody's like, why is San Diego so expensive? And you spend one evening there, you're like, oh, yeah.
Oh, it's insane, dude. It's so beautiful.
Hey, Apple new lows, guys. I literally took 30%. And some people are at 90 now. So.
I'm on the sideline. I'm not in anything at the moment.
Have you been to La Jolla Comedy Store, Holly?
Oh, yeah, I've done it a few times. Yeah.
Okay, I've never gone down there. I wanted to see Steve Byrne a few times. I never did. He was there.
Did you have you're in Long Beach?
I'm in Riverside.
Oh, okay.
But when I first moved here, fun fact, my dad commuted to Long Beach every day. You couldn't do that now.
Yeah, one of my clients has a warehouse right there. I'm gonna go visit him.
Oh, let me know, man. There's great food out in Long Beach. Speaking of Mexican food, Long Beach, Harbor City.
Yeah, Long Beach got a lot of good stuff.
San Pedro, yeah. But yeah, dude, San Diego. God, when you travel, whenever I travel, I'm like, dude, this humidity. Anywhere I'm at in the world, I'm like, so this is humidity, huh?
Oh, it's terrible.
Oh, guys, trim apple.
It's stifling. Ugh.
Yeah, it's not cool.
Yeah.
You know, I
was at the lake was miserable this weekend. Even on the lake with it was like I was so damn hot.
You still have humidity on the lake.
No, I'm not still at the lake over the weekend.
Even though you were by the water, it was still humid.
Oh yeah, it doesn't matter if you're by the water.
You'll get a little bit of a breeze when it's 95. It ain't doing much, you know. Yeah. So I'm going to Michigan. My folks live in South Haven, Michigan, so I'm heading back there next week just to take some time off for a little bit.
I literally bought a house in South Haven, Michigan 6 months ago. Rehab I'm doing right on the water.
No way. Where at? My parents are on the corner of Michigan and Indiana, 302 Michigan Ave.
I forget the crossroads. Sorry.
So long.
I've literally been up there twice.
Oh, wow. It's a great place. My folks retired like 6-7 years ago, and they moved out there, and they love it. Should I love it? I selfishly take advantage of it.
Yeah, Apple just got that lower high flush. I said this morning, immediately when I turned my mic on, it has to get over 210.61. and then you made the lower high about 7 a.m. Every day. I wish I could highlight. I want a script that highlights 7 a.m. with a vertical, like, rectangle or something, just so I can be like, don't trade till this time. But ever since then, it's been that lower high, and Microsoft was starting to roll over then too, right? Yeah, right at 7 a.m. I don't know if there's data or what. I don't even look at data. I just wait for 7 a.m. Even on days there's no data, you get some sort of move there. But IWM is kind of coming out of that. Like, I like calls here in IWM right now. I'm not trading it, but I like it. Hughes trying to get the opening print spot.
Yeah.
SPY trying to hammer off
It's
of whatever
fine.
that is.
It's trying to close above that previous day high, but it's struggling.
We have a area from yesterday. We wicked on it Monday, and then yesterday it's this 621.40 on SPY. Here, I'll highlight it here. This is what we're trying to hold here. I didn't put any commentary. If you're listening, great. Or if you don't know what that means, then you probably shouldn't be trading. Just look.
Okay, I don't know what it means. No, I'm just
Just
kidding.
look at those touches. Multiple touches.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
It's like an Epstein party. Multiple touches.
My OnlyFans too.
Oh my God.
NVIDIA,
Gee.
perfect 0.58, 0.50 pullback, midpoint pullback, right
Staying
here.
into your
Um,
OnlyFans.
No, I said like my OnlyFans.
Yeah, but it was rolling Epstein into your OnlyFans. It's like, what?
That's pretty bad. Holy shit. The daily is a little bit, or the weekly, I mean, on NVIDIA is a little bit unnerving. Look at that rising wedge on the weekly. That thing scares the shit out of me, to be honest. Damn. Fully filled out too. But anyway, NVIDIA's right at major bounce point, 50% retrace. Let me pop the fibs up and show you the chart in the chat. I will show you what I want to see in order to take the entry. Because we don't want to get caught. We want the confirmation. We're just below VWAP on, at least on Trading View. I'm not sure what Weeble's fibs is showing. I mean, Weeble's VWAP showing, but here is our chart. So I kind of want to see it back above 163.30 or so. And we could get a nice little bounce off this bull flag here on NVIDIA. And because NVIDIA was bullish outlier, if we do catch a bid and we start to push up, this would be one of them I would definitely want to roll to first. Like Apple was weakest, so I wouldn't necessarily want to take the Apple calls. I kind of would want to look at the ones that held up the best, unless it all flips. And I talk about that all the time, guys. You know, the bullish outlier and the bearish outlier, if those flip in the first hour or so of the day, they're going to rock twice as hard. Always be cognizant of that.
Wow.
But I do like what that was a nice bounce off that flag. Perfect flag too.
I don't have any
Very clean fibs there.
Apple till 207.50. Microsoft is still dropping. This could turn into
It is bouncing, so
the chips were stronger. I mean,
yeah.
a lot of range. This IWM
And NVIDIA is. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I want to see if this turns into a bear flag on IWM. Let me draw it. I'll post it while you're talking. Go ahead.
Overall, NVIDIA is in price discovery mode now. It broke its all-time highs. It pulled back far enough and for long enough, and then rebroke those all-time highs. So for me, this is the retest. We already had like the retest. We had the impulsive break of all-time highs. We came back, retested. Now we're above those all-time highs again. So if this week, through the end of the week, we can hold this new all-time high area, or at least hold above previous all-time highs from like week ago, 2 weeks ago, then I am very bullish up to like 183 is my next extension. So if we could sit up here, we're going to stay in price discovery mode versus something like Hood hasn't pulled back. It ripped through all-time high. It never pulled back to retest. So it's Hood. I wouldn't be touching above 85 here. I want to see it back towards 85 and below, and then a secondary push. Until then, I don't like Hood longs. A couple other ones. Rocket Lab already had its pullback, so Rocket Lab's in price discovery as well. Always want to wait for those retests at these all-time high breaks. before we take little bites out of it. But NVIDIA is definitely back if it could stay in this area.
Dude, look at
To
Apple.
me, it's in price discovery.
Oh my gosh, Apple's hitting my 20748 right now. Jeez. I said I don't have support till 20750. Hitting it right now.
Ooh, man, this is wild.
I'm gonna say dream target hit. I cut for like 20 something.
Sick call out.
I cut for like 28%. It's up like 128 now. Holy moly.
And I'm just sitting here not buying anything. Like, what's wrong with me today? I'm just not feeling it. I'm good, like, on here, giving price analysis, so on and so forth. But, like, I don't know. You know, some days you're just like,
Yeah. Some days it's like I'm just gonna study charts, and I love it. Honestly,
Yeah, that's how I'm feeling.
dude, look at main chat. Dang, he called that. That freaking pattern just ate right there. IWM's breaking this as well. Still no upside. Crazy. I don't know that we break down on IWM here though. It's just we already moved down, you know. Q's feels like we're gonna fall in wedge breakout too. Not yet.
Our CEO just resigned, guys.
PLTR?
No, X, the CEO of X, the acting CEO of X. Linda Yacino, whatever it is, Linda something. She resigned. It's rough for Elon. Like, people are jumping ship now. They're like,
Damn.
he's a liability, not an asset now. Like, I truly believe that. What used to make Elon special is now a liability.
100%.
I mean, you can't argue it anymore. You're at the same exact, you haven't made $1 in 5 years on Tesla if you bought in late 2020. You haven't made $1.
No.
Like, how could you argue it's a growth stock that's worth holding on to when the PE ratio is so bad? I believe in the technology, but as far as the chart and what's real now, you had your money locked up for 5 years and made nothing if you didn't sell at the tops. Trading it, it was my biggest gains of 2024. I made like what, $98,000, something like that. But as far as like, just holding it, investing it, dead money. Trash.
I agree. I spent the last few years selling it actually, because I bought it for like $30 a share. I forget when, 2020 sometime, maybe 2019. And I've spent the last few years cutting it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Because I believe in the technology, but until it comes to market, and a lot of their stuff is late to market and faulty. So it's like, yeah, I believe in technology, but you can't be a trillion cap just on hopes and dreams. That's crazy.
Exactly.
Stop it.
And
Holly.
they know
Stop
exactly
saying
what
that.
to say to stay above water. Last earnings, they knew the car deliveries would be horrific. So they said, we're going to have 1 million Optimus in full production, fully rolled out by 2030. So you do the quick math of 25K, that doubles their bottom line. And people are like, oh, that's good. They know what to say to keep themselves above float, which is very smart, but the jig's kind of wearing out a little now.
Yep. And it's funny, my day job, if you will, is I travel for Toyota as a media spokesperson. And in one of our internal meetings a couple of years ago, one of our top leadership guys said, here at Toyota, we talk about things that we do make, not things that we might make someday. And it was a direct dig at Elon. I never went into the hallway and sold some more shares that minute.
That is funny. Toyota's my favorite car. I think they're the most reliable. Honda and Toyota.
Yep.
Ford we can't touch them. I'm sorry.
You're so right. And the bang for your buck is just unbelievable. I mean, I have an old Camry that has allowed me to not stress about money for years, you know?
Yep.
Honda,
it's true.
Honda, Toyota.
So
it's
you
not
do auto shows?
What's that?
So you do the auto shows for Toyota?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do a lot of auto shows. Yep.
Oh man, I forgot. I forgot. I haven't talked to her in so long. She used to do the same thing.
Does she work for Toyota?
I think it was Toyota or Ford. I don't know. I have to double check.
Yeah, there's a good chance I know her.
Small.
I've been in it
fucking
for almost 10 years, so I know quite a few people in that world
IWM
now.
guys, I said dream target for puts. So it just was a delayed post hype falling wedge pop. But anyway, I just hope
I did something similar for Kia for 5 years.
Oh, nice.
Hughes off the opening print area, 200 EMA on TV. Spy off of that spot. Just a lot of things hitting supports. So you catch the move up, you catch the move down, or vice versa. But when Amy's talking, listen to levels, right? Or me or whoever. What was her name at Toyota? Maybe Holly knows her.
I'm trying to find her. Dude, I haven't talked to her in so long.
Is she
Before
blonde?
COVID.
Is she brunette?
Dude, she changed her so much. I wouldn't be able to tell you.
You know what looks interesting here, KT? You're going to hate it. But it's coming very close to the sell-off gap fill on HIMS. And I think that HIMS short report was to get their positioning to push it right back up. I really do. It is a meme stock, don't get me wrong, but look at this daily. Let me pop it in the chart here. We need confirmation first. Never cheat on an entry coming into a gap because that gap bottom could be resistance for a very long time. But this chart will rip if it breaks this area. A gap is right at the bottom of a major level as well. So this $52 or so could set up pretty nicely. We're gonna watch it. Rejected today, but definitely a top watch. I don't know if this is brag worthy or not, but I used to do all the conventions and the travel shows for Subway, and I had to be the one that would navigate Jared, the creep pedo guy. Remember, a guy who lost 300 pounds? I had to like bring him from, meeting to meeting and everything else during those. So not brag worthy, but yeah.
He's going to get murdered.
I coordinated.
Jared?
Yeah, I knew Jared very well. And he was a creep.
And then
He
she was
was a
talking about
creep.
Epstein and her OnlyFans?
I'm exposing
Oh,
myself.
yeah, this is a triple
Uh-oh.
whammy.
I know. I'm exposing myself. Oh shit.
Amy, your OnlyFans subs just plummeted, by the way, with your comment.
I noticed that. No, I pulled it in a whole new batch, all them evil radical left, they're all
All the ones that like the footlongs.
That's what she said.
Oh, God.
She's running a promotion right now, $5.
I mean, to be fair, KT was the one obsessed with the Glizzy contest on the 4th. He was posting about it all day, so. I'm just kidding, KT. I'm just kidding.
I didn't even see that, but now I'm judging.
It was the return of the Mac. And he beat up some protester on stage while eating like 87 hot dogs and shit like that.
Was that real?
Oh my God, I gotta look
gosh.
that up.
I thought that was AI. That was real?
Yeah.
Holy
He
shit.
really did. Yeah, it's real.
Apple's slicing through my 20748. It's not getting the bounce we're seeing on the indices. Oh, actually, we just engulfed to the downside. Okay, so here's a good lesson. We are in a downtrend on SPY. We popped, we engulfed to the downside. That means more downside. Same as up. If you're going up, you get a rejection and you engulf to the upside, you're going to get higher. So for me, under 26141, puts will pay on SPY. Q's is losing it too. You could not get over yesterday's high. IWM's about to hit the midpoint of this pop candle. Microsoft and Apple just now Microsoft is selling off. I wonder if Danny Rio is still in. Microsoft's still fading. Justin's going off it about he hates Hondas or something like that.
He's talking about his Chevy, and he's got an old Chevy, which those are legit. Yeah, new Chevys not so much, but old Chevys, and also Chevy makes a lot of their cars in Mexico. Toyota truck's the most American-made truck in the country.
Exactly. And that's true. Honda as well. They manufacture all of them. They put them together in the U.S.
Yeah, like I know Japanese owned, but our investment in America is unbelievable. not that I'm like a, I know, America First guy or anything like that, but I mean, it is cool that they invest here in this country.
Ollie, can you please buy a neck fan on Amazon today for Amazon Prime? I want you to have it.
Prime Day deals, baby.
Let me see. Amazon neck fan. I'm going to find you a nice one. Dude, you will. I want you to run into you and your girlfriend walking in Chicago and you both have a neck fan, please.
I wonder if she'll do it. Yeah, she
It's gonna sound like
I'll buy them for her.
it's gonna sound like a vacuum's walking by.
Like the headphone ones, you know?
Yeah, that's what they are.
What are you talking about? Yeah.
Oh, dude, they're.
Oh yeah, neck fan. I was thinking of like a personal like handheld one, but yeah, the neck.
Those ones are cool, but obviously you want your hands are free. But
yeah.
If I didn't have this in Vienna, I would have died. It was beyond humid, more than Hawaii.
No way. Yeah, I'm heading to Europe in September for a little bit, but hopefully it cools off by then. Who knows?
I went last August. Was it? The humidity was out of control. There was a thunderstorm that cracked through the humidity, and after that, it was pure heaven. But IWM just bounced off the midpoint here, and Q's is getting a wick up. So we're not getting the bearish follow through. So the candle when I first started talking was a bearish engulfing. And now it's not a bearish engulfing. So let the 5-minute candle play out, and the trigger never hit as of yet. So anyway. Dude, I want to hit Scotland, Ireland, Iceland. I want to see the United Kingdom.
Oh yeah, bro. I gotta do an Iceland trip again soon. I think I'm gonna go. I think me and my girl are gonna go in like December. We're gonna take a Christmas trip to Iceland.
Love it.
That's the plan, at least.
Milk her for all she's worth. I'm just kidding. When you go to Iceland, I'll stay on your couch. We'll never cross paths. All right? How about that?
Just passing in the night. Man, I'm excited for the new place. It's really nice. I'm just at my girlfriend's place until end of this month. So, because my lease ended end of June, and then I moved in here, and then we both move in August. So,
perfect.
Which is also why I'm going back to Michigan next week. I'll give her a little bit of breathing room.
Red interior is the nicest on cars. Right when I said IWM, getting the pop-up, I look away and we break back down. Holy, this is day trading, guys. That last candle, bulls came in on the end of it and then lost it when this new candle started. Dang. I mean, I'm not trading this at all. I'm just kind of commentating, but wow.
Yeah, I'm still just watching a runner, but that one runner is at $220. So I mean, risk-free extra money, you know.
Yeah. Apple's sitting on my level. It's been straddling it like Jennifer Connelly.
So Nvidia's starting to break that VWAP, which is kind of what we're looking for. If it breaks open at all, Nvidia should get a nice bid, guys. I'm not interested in like Apple, any of those bearish ones at all for a reversal play.
No, not at all. I think
Nvidia was a nice bounce off 50% retrace here.
I do not long those Apple setups where it's lower high flush. No, I need back above 210.61. You know, strong. Like I'm not playing the way up on there. That's too weak. Tomorrow, yes, not today. Bears are in control there. When people catch those up, I'm like, good for you. That's not me.
Yeah, me either. This floor doesn't make sense. I stay out of that. I stay out of that dead cat bounce zone. That first 25% of any sort of bounce on a meaningful sell-off, I'm not in love with that play at all. The counter trend scalp, I need clear bullish or bearish, vice versa, bias.
PLTR is getting this W. Intraday W up. Crazy. Over 140, 139.80. I don't know. It's kind of a weird rotation there.
Meta also has a little bit of a flag here, bouncing off VWAP. We'll see what happens.
Google, let me go back to Google. Someone said, what a fucking wick. Jesus. Look at this Google wick.
Google's terrifying right now.
That volume? I can't even find which candle it happened on. The 1 minute? Not even the 1 minute. That is crazy. That one minute candle on Google died like Mitch Leary in his truck with his ice cream. That's actually not a bad move up. I mean, you're not going to catch the bottom, but the trend change right there. Put that in, man, I guess, if anybody's listening and cares. If not, disregard. But that is weird on PLTR. And if Google doesn't get that 178.80, it's going to come down. Let's go back to Meta. So Meta's flagging. This is the 3 minute. This is a pretty simple setup. I would say this.
I'm just trying to heat up a little bit, a little bullish writing a wedge.
Which one?
Turn around here. Bullish writing a triangle on hood. See if it actually breaks through the area, but higher lows, triple top. On short time frames.
We gotta check it out. Yeah, I like these ones. When they finally curl up, you get the violent move up a lot of times. Hood. Germ, hood. Here, let me. A little bit of an SR flip where it loses it and it finally gets back over. If it can hold that 93.60.
Yeah.
Wow, we definitely got the bearish. Like I said, that candle came up in the last part and came down. So it was only the very last part of the candle, like the last 30 seconds or so, and the next candle got under.
Ooh, the selling continues.
Yeah. There's a little fake out though. When I was saying, hey, we're going to continue down, we had a little micro hammer. Then it finally did. That's the trust in your T. Yeah, I was even screaming about, oh shit, I'm wrong. It's coming up. Then it did the same thing down. Got a new low on SPY. I think we're going to get 620 on SPY minimally. Under 620, we're going to get 618. IWM even lower here. Yeah, and Q's little.
This is the area, and in Q, I said I don't want to touch anything in pre-market. So I'm just holding, obviously, but this is like, this levels are like 15, 20 points apart. I don't like that. So we'll see what happens. Could be choppy in here. But man, that previous day high held like the iron gates.
Hood's getting rejection here. So no market support. Not that Hood needs it, but I'm not seeing a ton. And you're getting that new low wick up that we see. When I say don't short the new low a day, you need like some more rising action. And it's really just chop, like Holly said. This range is not from here to on IWM 222 on Qs from here to 555.17. You know, if you get a rising wedge above that 555.50, then now you're playing out downside, but I don't like this. Okay. Well, we had a strong open. I think
that open was crazy.
I think we come down. We haven't had the follow through on push-ups here. Hughes looks, I guess, the best, but it needs over yesterday's high, like we were saying. 5, 10, 15, 30. Half hour ago, that's what we said. So
yeah, if we close above yesterday's high, I'll just take this profit. I don't want to give it all back now. This is up quite a bit. It'd be silly to give back all of it. But we'll see how previous day holds here.
Hood and PLTR are not really breaking down. So if we do get some retrace up bull side, Qs above 554 and all that, Hood and PLTR should get a nice move up. Especially Hood. I think Hood looks way better. Danny Rio, great job on Microsoft. That was amazing. Shorting the strongest ticker. You oftentimes have more room down. Love it. Love it. Love it. Let's trust in your TA. I'm agree with Sherbang's chart in Maine there. A little bit of a megaphone flag forming here. Those usually continue down because the pole is, longer on the upside. It's like a hockey stick kind of thing. But this is, to me, pretty choppy. So I'm gonna end the stream on WAP. Love you guys.